It's like the surface of the sun.
Coach, first congratulations on getting your team here. And talking with Monty last week, he was saying that if he had a vote for Coach of the Year, it would be you. How did that make you feel? I mean, he even said, "Look, I'm biased, but if I had a pick, I would pick you." What do you think of when you hear that?
That's my brother, and I'm humbled. And the feelings are the same. I voted for him.
Monty was asked a minute ago just about if you guys had talked since Friday night. He said, yeah, we texted, but he said there's been no violence playing behind any long conversations.
No.
But he said we're excited to play each other.
We are.
Same way?
Absolutely. I'm excited to be back here in Phoenix. I'm so grateful for the opportunity that Monty, James Jones, they gave me here to be a part of the fabric. So this is definitely a lot of excitement.
Coach, on that note, given the relationship with Monty, does it make it a little bit more special, your first playoffs against your mentor? And ironically, his first playoff as a head coach was with New Orleans as well.
It does make it special for me, and I'm sure for him. You know, we started that journey in New Orleans together. A lot of us are in this playoff meeting, a lot of storylines, and you know, that's like my family pretty much. But once we get in between those lines, you won't be able to tell.
And given that you're playing 4 out of 7 now, how does your strategy change versus the most you've ever faced as a team back-to-back twice? And who did you turn to for advice? Because I would imagine you might not have asked Monty about this one.
Yeah, you know, it's really about just focusing on one game, and that's been our approach all season. We won't get too far ahead of that, but it's just coming in this game and focusing on the details, the preparation, all the things it's going to take for us to go out and compete at a high level. And I've talked to a number of people about it, but that's the ongoing consensus is just focus on one game.
Willie, there's been a bunch of Suns who have taken a big step this year, McHale and Cam Johnson. Is there anyone in particular, because you know this team so well, obviously, that you look at tape and they're like, that's a totally different player? I mean, like, who's kind of jumped the most in your mind?
All of them. Cam Payne, Cam Johnson, McHale, D.A. Book, they've all taken steps forward. That's why this team is elite. They get in the gym, they work, and you know, being a part of the fabric of this team when I was here, I understand why this team is really good. It's because those guys, they care about the game, they care about each other, and they work hard at it.
What's your opinion on rest versus rhythm? I mean, you've been going at it pretty hard now, and especially the last 2 games as far as the playing, and Phoenix has been off for a week. Do you throw any of that out, or does that have some credence to this game?
We'll see. You just never know. We had to play the cards that we were dealt, and that means you got to go and win 2 games. We did that, proud of our group. Now we're in our 3rd game in 6 days, I believe. So it's just what it is. We do have a rhythm. We have momentum. We have confidence. And, you know, tonight will be a really good test for us.
Kind of got lost in the shuffle the other night after the game, but other than the 3rd quarter, you guys played pretty clean. You were in single digits as far as the turnovers go. How were you able to do that, and how important is that going to be against Phoenix, who obviously can take advantage of those mistakes?
Game plan discipline. We've been talking about it all season, but we wanted to have these moments where our guys can play in high-level games and get that experience. And thankfully, the play-in gave us that. Even leading up to the play-in game, it was 7 or 8 games that felt like playoff games for us. So when we got to that moment, those 2 games, we were ready. And we just continue to believe in each other, believe in what we can accomplish, and we work at it. And tonight won't be any different. It's definitely a higher level of competition. It's a higher stakes. When you get to the playoffs, everything matters. Every possession counts. Our guys will feel that tonight.
Devin Booker and CP guys who put incredible stress on the defense in the pick and roll. What are you hoping to just see from your bigs on defensive end?
We have to do a good job of setting the tone early with our physicality. We know Devin and Chris are dynamic in pick and rolls, and they're dynamic in mid-range shots. We have to contest shots. We have to do it as by a committee, and that's it.
Is there any status on Zion? And is there any chance we'd see him in the series?
Don't have any updates on Zion at the moment.
Willie, when you were here, they had Dario and Frank behind DA. Now they're playing JaVale in that role. What have you seen the difference being with like a pure rim protector like him for all 48 minutes with you guys?
Well, he gives them much of what DeAndre does. He's a rim runner, lob threat. He can protect the basket on the defensive end. You know, not having Dario gives them more of a big that can pick and pop, and he can mix it up. And so, you know, JaVale has been a really good addition. I mean, he's a 3-time NBA world champion, so he has experience, and this team is definitely better by having him.
DeAndre's had that hook shot now and that floater and that short roll that we've seen develop a lot more this year. How much of an extra threat is that for you, coaching against that now that he's added that to his game a bit more?
It'll be important for us to have multiple efforts when we're in pick and rolls, because obviously you're trying to stop Booker and Paul, and then they're throwing the ball back to DeAndre, and he's making those shots. So our bigs have to do a good job of communicating early, being physical, and then getting back and contesting shots.
Go ahead.
Seems like a perfect storm you've had this year. With you didn't have Zion, you had a slow start through December, and then you turn it around, and now you beat your former team that you played for. Now you're going against a team that you coach. So does it seem like surreal, or does it feel like you're supposed to be here all along?
Oh, we definitely feel like we're supposed to be here, and you know, all the things that you're talking about, it's a part of the journey, and explaining that to our group that we don't get here without going through some pain, going through some adversity, is what builds your fabric. And right here in Phoenix, it was the same way. When I got here, it was tough. You know, young group, hadn't had sustainable winning in a few years, and we wanted to change that, and we did it with character and hard work. Same thing in New Orleans. Character, hard work, preparation, and guys that's ready to step up in those moments.
Coach, just a quick follow-up to that. Monty was saying how he talked with you early when it was at 1-12 start. He said you were like, I'm sticking with this. I'm sticking to the plan. I'm not going to deviate from that. And then hearing Brandon Ingram saying that you were so positive. How were you able to do that, considering the start, no Zion, just all of that? How were you able to maintain this that you are through that?
Unbelievable faith in God, a lot of prayer. And I've said it before, I'll continue to say it, but when we evaluate our lives, God was always there with us through everything that we've gone through everything I've gone through. And you just look back and rely on that strength and realize that just stay the course. We'll be fine. It'll turn around for us. And it's happened all my life. So why wouldn't it happen now?
Right, exactly.
So that was kind of the mentality that we took with our team, and just staying positive about it.
Go to Rob Walker on Zoom.
Well, I got 2 questions. The first one is, could you have written a better story than this?
I don't know. Just grateful for this opportunity, though.
And the second question I want to ask you, when you're preparing for a team like Phoenix, is it easier since you know so much about them, or does that actually make it harder because now you have to worry about, I mean, they know so much about you and they'll counter everything that you think of. So does it make it easier or harder for you?
I think it's a challenge one way or another. When you're playing the best team in the league record-wise, that is pretty much doing the same things we do and teach the same things we teach. It presents its challenges, but we'll be up for it. We're looking forward to it.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you, guys.